Hello folks, how you doing? And welcome to our channel. So another Andrew update. The areas that we are going to look at in today's reading, I've got a list. William plans ruthless approach to Andrew once he becomes king after an alleged smear campaign from Andrew towards Virginia. So allegedly, there is evidence of an alleged smear campaign that Andrew was behind in relation to Virginia Giuffre. Um, Also, as well, Andrew wanted a gagging order put on Virginia in relation to the late Queen's Jubilee. I'm going to be looking at Queen Elizabeth II's real reaction to Andrew, and also as well the fact that Queen Camilla and William seem to be the two people that are really behind this thing of getting Andrew stepped to one side. We'll have a look at that, see what the cards say, and obviously anything else that comes up. So the cards that you will be seeing in today's session more than likely are the Tarot of Traditions, Predictions deck by Trish James Oracles, what's that one? The Old Style Tarot by Alexander Ray, and the Investigation Oracle by Trish James Oracles. So settle down, get yourself a nice cup of tea or something, and let's get to it. We'll go in order of that, I think, yes. So, William plans. Let's have a look at this deck first. William plans ruthless approach to Andrew in relation to a smear campaign. First of all, let's look at this. Am I going to use this? I'm going to use the investigation deck for the first bit of this reading. Um, so show me the energy behind Andrew's smear campaign towards Virginia Giuffre. Let's have a look. Dear, oh dear. Okay. Oh, what a twat. It was a well-funded operation. Um, a lot of money was paid into blackening Virginia's name, her reputation. I'm also feeling as well they did things to her to play with her mind. Um, I don't know how that works. I don't want to go there, but that's the first card that's come out. Magician and Dark Ritual at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so he's definitely done something towards Virginia. Um, how deep, dark, and dangerous that goes. But, the magician, I mean, let's be balanced, okay? Doesn't necessarily have to be ritual stuff. The magician, remember, the tarot is about the manifester. So Andrew here coming in with the magician card is the great manifester. He wants to harm Virginia, allegedly, according to the cards. No facts here. This is a tarot reading. Um, so yeah. DNA evidence here. Body is hidden. Hostage or trade. Hangman delays or sacrifice. Unaware of surroundings. So that's Virginia there, unaware of what's happening, feeling in a fog. I'm going to keep pulling three more cards. Drugged or poisoned. Innocent. And know too much, wants to talk. So Virginia knows too much. She wants to talk. She wants to share her story. But actually, to all the people that still think that Virginia should keep her mouth shut, part of your therapy and treatment is actually sharing your story. And I think public figures, we do need to know what they are up to and what they are doing. So, yes, according to the cards, allegedly, Prince Andrew was playing with, oh God, that was the wrong word. Well, he was at one point. Um, he did a smear campaign, um, messed with her mind. So there could be some form of mind control there. Um, could have planted people within her circle. He went for her basically. So after all of that stuff had happened, intimacy, yes, I hate to say it's intimacy because it's not really, it's abuse. He then did do a smear campaign towards her, according to the cards. Um, and that also helped to darken her as well, because when someone's trying to drag your reputation through the mud, um, he's a piece of work, according to these cards. Um, yes, right. So, William. So let me see William's reaction to this. Let me see William's reaction to this. We're going to look currently, and then we're going to look future King William V. So current action reaction. Current reaction, Prince William. Current reaction, Prince William. Current reaction, Prince William to all of this. Current reaction. Okay, what's this? Nine of coins. Interesting. So nine of coins is flipped out. There you go. What's at the bottom? The Knight of Cups. I think that this has disturbed William on many levels. As a father of a daughter, as a father of sons as well, because his sons are going to grow up and become princes. It's disgusted him and horrified him that this debauchery, this darkness, this manipulation is within his bloodline. Um, and I think that William has been doing his own investigation. Oh God, that's interesting. William has been doing his own investigation. No, there possibly bills or dollar bills or money, but I think that's also paperwork there. He's had to do some big soul searching. Four of Swords. Wants the end of Andrew. The King of Wands to take action, stepping into his power. This is William, remember? And the Emperor, which is the ruler. There's a disappointment between him and Charles. I also feel there's a disappointment from William towards the late Queen. I picked this up, in that documentary that we've just had, where he was asked about something. Don't quote me on this. He was asked, "Do you something like, do you still miss the Philip and the Queen, or something along those lines?" And he said, "Yeah." And I just thought, you're not happy with those two. You're not happy with what was left behind. Um, and William wants to make sure that for him going forward, the generations that come from him don't have to, if he can help it, deal with this issue. Um, so that William, when he does transition, because William will one day transition, can leave behind something more balanced. Um, we're saying we've got the more balance, we've got the Six of Pentacles. It's like Catherine does that. I remember when Catherine and William first got, just before they got married, I had a weird vision. And I remember at the time it really upset me, but it was a vision of William. And I've said this before, but in a different way, that William doesn't get to old bones. I don't think he's not going to die. Obviously, not going to die in his 30s because he's not in his 30s, but I don't think he's going to get to old bones. And I wonder if it's going to be Catherine that is left to take it forward. I know she can't inherit and become queen in her own right. She'll have to hold space for George, depending on how old he is at the time. But this comes back to my next thing. They really need to look at that succession, and they need to sit down and say, are we happy If God forbid something horrific happens and that is taken out, one, two, three people are taken out or whatever, that the rest of the people we are happy to inherit. Personally, I mean, I even think that we need to look at Beatrice and Eugene here. I really do, because they've got that connection to Andrew. So, I know don't take the sins of the fathers out on the children, but and also other people on that list. So there's going to have to be a lot done here. Which brings me to the next one, Seven of Pentacles, which is an overwhelming task. What lies in front of him is not easy. The rest of his life will be asked to step more and more into duty. I've talked about in previous historical videos about William's past lives within the family. This is him coming back into this incarnation as William to clear up something that was started many, 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 many hundreds of years ago. Okay, one more card. We've got the full card, the taking of the leap of faith. Also that when William does transition into spirit, he can leave something better behind. I'm intrigued for the next one. Who's intrigued for the next one? Interesting, the Eight of Swords. So he's also at some point going to have to deal with Harry and Meghan. He's going to have to deal with Harry and Meghan at some point. How that looks like, I don't want to get too confused with that in this reading because it's Andrew. Okay, we're focusing on, and we mustn't lose track of that. I don't think. So, future King William, future King William. I mean, that kind of is the future. Have we just covered it? How will William deal with, I mean, if he lives? Because I was talking, we were both talking last night, and it wouldn't surprise us if something was to happen to Andrew, and they either say he's had a heart attack or he's killed himself, unalived himself. Um, yeah, I'm not saying that would be William doing that. I'm saying there are things and powers within the world. Anyway, let's move on quickly. So Eve, it may not have to deal with Prince Andrew. No, I must try and stop calling him Prince Andrew. I know he technically is, but I don't think he deserves the title. But if Andrew is still alive, how will King William deal with Andrew? Ten of Swords falling on your sword energy. That timeline is not certain yet. Um, as in relation to whether Andrew is still going to be around or whatever. I wonder if he will have to fall on. Let's just not go too deeply into it. But the Chariot. I mean, one of the things is if Harry, how interesting, if William is king at that time. I mean, Harry also as well. If that does happen and Harry does become, I'm feeling whoever is king at that time will not take shit and will stand their ground. I mean, we know Harry's already slapped a knot on him a couple of times. So anyway, like I said, let's deal with what we've got in front of us right now. So my feeling is that Harry stops interesting. Good. Um, before that gets to it, possibly Andrew will need to fall on his sword or whatever. But energies will be changing very, very quickly, and nothing is set in stone as we are transported into the new age. Nothing is set in stone. Right, let's look at Andrew and this gagging order. Did Andrew place a gagging order on Virginia for the Jubilee, the Queen's Jubilee? Yes, he did. Emperor at the bottom makes a decision, does something to keep somebody quiet. The cockerel. What's this? Speak up. Something like a cockerel. There's something about a cockerel. There's a saying about a cockerel. I've got my phone there. What is about a cockerel? The cockerel is. You've got it in this. I know I'm sure there is a different saying about the cockerel, but a cockerel struts its stuff. Nothing will stop the show. Just let me look at cockerel in this. Watch it not being here. Won't surprise me. No. It depends what this author calls the cockerel. Might be under hen or hen and but in this book, by the way, it's this book, Spirit Animal Guide. Hen, this is where I used to be a dental nurse, right? And part of your job at sometimes doing some extra hours and stuff would be filing the notes, of which I could never do because I'm all right with first letter. I'm all right with first letter alphabet, but it's all the others that have to go in order anyway. This just reminds me of that when I'm looking through this book. Um, Hen's not in it. What do you Americans call hens and cockerels? Bloody hell. Right. A cockerel struts its stuff. Oh, God. A cockerel struts its stuff. Yeah. Sorry, everybody. Look in the laptop. A cockerel struts its stuff. So the show must go on. I will do all that I can to protect Mummy's Jubilee, the world, the ending of something, the beginning of something. Again, the show going on. The moon, the illusion. The illusion must go on. The illusion of Mummy's reign. Um, being Mummy's good son. Four of Cups. This was a time when I feel that Virginia was quite low mentally. Yes, to Nine of Swords. So there wasn't. I think the first bit of this reading, the smear campaign and all of it was tied in. So she's feeling really low. You would. I remember. I can't remember what ceremony it was. It might have been the Jubilee. I don't know. But there was a ceremony in a church, in a cathedral. And it was after it had all the shit had hit the fan with all of this. It could have even been after the interviews, but it was well out there now. There was no going back. And there was a ceremony, and the Queen Elizabeth actually walked in with Andrew. And I remember that was a moment when I was like, sorry, anybody with any heart or compassion could see through that. And I was like, it really disgusted me. And I remember seeing Anne's face, and I think William was out. They were just like ugh, energy. They were just disgusted as well. So yeah, let's keep pulling. King of Swords, he did. King of Swords is the man with the mind and the pen, doing things. The king of planning and plotting. Yes, he did. Eight of Pentacles. So yes, Andrew did try and get a gagging order on Virginia. He also did, allegedly, according to the cards, no facts. Yeah, this is a tarot reading. Um, Bullied her, did other things to her, smeared her name, etc. But this was a time for Virginia where she was going through extreme mental torture. Right, right, Queen Elizabeth. The deck I want to use. Do I still want to use this deck? I'm going to use two decks here, I think. I'm going to use investigation. I'll use them all. I'm here for it. Queen Elizabeth II's real reaction. In fact, reaction at the time of her death. What was her main real reaction to Andrew and this thing with Virginia? Queen Elizabeth this I knew we'd get that. I knew we'd get Queen of Cups. I knew it. I knew it. Um, she still loved, a mother still loves her child, but nothing was going to take away that love and affection that she had for Andrew. I knew we were going to get the Queen of Cups. Nothing would. Yes, look at that. The little prince, the little boy. He's my little boy. I'm going to keep loving him. Loving is fair enough between a mother and a son, but supporting him, he's going to be still my favourite. Um, Tyrone Council. defended him, Queen of Swords. The Queen that's been placed under, so those two cards are like that. The Queen of Cups and the Queen of Swords defended him, defending the son that she loves and adores. I think there was also a time when he was, this was after the allegations really picked up, where there was no going back. He was in, I think it was Ascot or some kind of thingy in a carriage, where he was in the carriage next to her. We say that we've got the Six of Swords and protecting the baby at all cost. There's possibly issues between her and Philip here as well. Sorry, I need to just do my magnifying glass thing. So she's there with the baby, her baby. Philip had his concerns over it, her obsession with Andrew, her defense of him. Um, so there was possibly issues between her and Philip, Five of Swords, and the cleanup that is now having to go on because of that. We'll do three more cards. Yeah, the Three of Swords, heartbreak, betrayal, Ten of Swords, and the world. And now here we are having to go forward. She didn't want to deal with it. She didn't want to sort it out. She wanted to throw money at it. She turned away from it. She didn't want to look at it. We also have to ask ourselves if we're going to be balanced in this, of whether she also allowed other things, not just her, but her people, allowed other people to fall at this time to cover up for Andrew. Should we shuffle on it? Should we shuffle on it? Did the Queen and her people allow others to fall at this time to try and take the attention off Andrew? And we'll get the investigation deck out as well. Yeah, Seven of Cups, which is illusion. And um, they're opening his eye here, so it's trying to get you to look at something else. So anything, I'll just say the whole Harry and Meghan thing, I think was possibly used as a distraction. And it could be one of the reasons why William and Charles are now not allowing that to take center stage in their current life, if that makes and Six of Cups at the bottom to protect her own son. So it is what it is, isn't it? Yes, magician. So according to the cards, during this time when the allegations were coming thick and fast against Andrew, I'm meaning the Queen and the people behind her, as in her advisors and team, the men in grey suits, took other things that were happening within the family and threw them to the people. Okay? Now, that's not saying that those two people, Harry and Meghan, haven't also caused their own stuff. They have, but it was also used as a distraction. The cards are very clear. Wheel of Fortune, distraction, throwing you in a different direction so you wouldn't look at it. The Hermit to try and keep something secret. The Queen of Cups possibly did this to Diana as well to protect Charles. King of Wands, it's blatant. It's blatant. The cards are blatant. So there's action here. There's the Manifest of the Magician, the Illusion card to get your attention somewhere else. Justice and balance. So it's all very Ace of Pentacles planting seeds that come from the crown at the time. And yeah, Queen of Swords, the queen behind it. The big powers that were behind the queen at the time. Anyway, let's have a look. I'm drawn to this investigation deck for some reason with this as well. Investigation deck. Where is it? Oh, it's there. Oh, home search your house. It's all hearth and home. So, Queen Elizabeth II, her reaction to Andrew. Just summing up this section of the reading, please. Strategy and planning. Yeah. Okay. Strategy and planning. Masked, not true face. Masked, not true face. So there's big manipulations gone on, huge manipulations gone on here. Oh, I didn't see that with that one, but there's a chessboard and it's moving the pieces around the chessboard. Um, check the timing of what was going on in the royal family at the time. Was all deeply involved and water, so they're deeply involved in There, I will keep reiterating. I don't like to think that Charles and William are involved in this, but it feels as though it's the Queen and her people at the time. Also, as well, the church accident. Oh God. Um, I need to get him. Gary's got a magnet. That looks like Harry. Stranger unknown to me. That's Harry. An aggressive attack. Okay. Whoa. I was only going to do three. I'm going to do another three. Accomplice and had help. Justice, law, legal, trial. So it's all the legal case. I'm going to pull one more and then body is hidden evidence. Yeah, so round about this time, put it this way. I think if the Harry and Meghan thing had happened at a different time, it wouldn't have gone in the way it's gone, but it was seen as an opportunity to deflect. And we're going to have to sit back and watch now what happens because we've got the justice card, balancing needed to be redone. This is huge, by the way. This is huge. Right, moving on from that. Let's look at Queen Camilla and William. In fact, shall I look at them separately or individually? We'll do it both. And we're here. We're here for it. We're here for it, aren't we? So Queen Camilla and William jointly in this relationship. We're in a relationship, aren't they? It's stepmother and stepson. Ace of Swords, yes, and Three of Pentacles at the bottom, so they are working together. Camilla and William to sort this out. Should we look at? Should we pull from now? We'll pull from yeah. Two of Pentacles, balancing act, um, bringing in balance, bringing in grounded energy. I just don't know what. We'll look on Camilla individually. What she has to gain from this. I mean, I know it's her husband. So she doesn't want this stress for her reign and her husband. But it's like she isn't invested in the line going for. So it's interesting. I don't know. We'll have a look at her in a minute. The burden the burden this is to the monarchy, the lovers. So there could be past life connection between William and Camilla as well. The Knight of Swords, decisions and action, and looking for the line, Ten of Pentacles. Mm. So they are working together in order to clear something, or to encourage Charles or whatever for the benefit of the line. So why is Camilla doing it? I can understand why William's doing it. Why is Camilla doing this? Why is Camilla doing this? Maybe it's a very simple answer, Claire. Why is Camilla doing this? Ooh, but run with Tom, Queen of Cups. Betrayal, the Ten of Swords. The Wheel of Fortune. The Hermit. I'm just going to pull them, then we'll read them. Judgment. I'll tell you what I'm feeling. Is that on some level, this is somehow Camilla paying back the past with Diana to help William. Check the Chariot going forward. The Page of Swords for the next generation. Interesting. I don't need to pull on William because we know why William's doing it. because he's going to be king. He's going to inherit it. Right, predictions. Time of filming. What's going to come of this for the UK royal family going forward? Yes, this is the predictions. No, it's not. It's investigation deck. Interest. Ooh, what's that card? Accomplice or had help. That's the investigation deck. I want the prediction deck. Earthquake shake-up has just flipped out. That's Andrew as a spoiled little child. Earthquake shake-up. It's going to keep spreading and mutating, and we're going to pull from here. Spreading and mutating. There's going to be more information coming out. This isn't just going to go away quietly. All for money. Underground hiding. I think initially this is all going to be about dealing with Andrew and what they're going to do with him long term. Distraction and illusion. So there's going to be some form of a distraction coming in here, illusion, declassified documents. There is stuff that needs to come out, but they're going to try and stop it coming out because some of the stuff that needs to come out is so problematic and so disturbing that if it comes out, it's game over for the royal family. Rockets, SpaceX, the next generation going forward. Also, as well, the free speech that's out there at the minute. The thing is, they may try and stop the documents, but there are other people that are going to find other ways to share things. So it's literally like whack-a-mole, where they'll get that one there, but then it springs up another place. So it's not going to be easy at all. Long-term predictions, UK royal family. Long-term predictions, UK royal family. Oh, my tummy's rumbling. Taken out by force. So somebody is taken out by force, banking and currency. So there's something to do with money here. A health matter. So always had a heart attack, health reasons or whatever. Um, there's a lot going. Controlled puppet. Prepare, stock up, preparing for the future. I'll pull them and then we'll read on the mainstream news. They're going to manipulate mainstream news in relation to this. And there's going to be an unexpected result in all of this. So this isn't going to go the way everybody thinks it's going to go. There is an unexpected result coming that will shock the United Kingdom and the world. Nothing is as it seems. There are no goodies, there are no baddies. This is a very complex, manipulative situation where many people are out for themselves and their own agendas. This breaking up is all part of the age of Aquarius, the new dawn. I'm getting, my little saying, buckle up, buttercups. Being mindful of where we put our alliances in the future going forward, learning profound lessons from this and concentrating on ourselves and our world and our own healing journeys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you in the future. Oh, whoosh, Claire. CT's Raw Tarot playlist on here. Yeah, we'll keep jumping in and out. Thanks for watching. Love to all. And yes, like, comment, share, hype this video, subscribe to this channel, and I will see you in the next one.